body slamming a female ICE officer. So we will be showing that to viewers very shortly.
Now, the other Democratic lawmakers involved in the incident, Bonnie Watson Coleman, as well as Rob Menendez and LaMonica McIver, they're now pushing back against that claim and say that the federal agents, they were the ones that were escalating that situation. Watch.
We have no idea why they would even suggest that, because we didn't do anything.
I honestly do not know how to body slam anyone. There's no video that supports me body slamming anyone.
They made this a violent scene that we were unfortunately all a part of, and it's something that should really shock all Americans.
With reaction, former U.S. Attorney and former Chief Counsel to the Senate Rules Committee, Joe diGenova, along with former Chief Counsel to the Senate Intel Committee and former Senior Justice Department official Victoria Toensing, both Newsmax contributors and American Agenda regulars. All right, Vic, I'm going to start with you here. It seems like what Americans actually should be most concerned about is not the accusations against these lawmakers who were trespassing at an ICE facility, but actually the fact that American lawmakers are trying to protect illegal criminals.
Yes, that would upset me, but here's the unfortunate situation. There is a 2020 appropriations law that was passed by Congress, both parties, that says that no funds may be expended to prevent members of Congress, even unannounced, from entering the facilities. A poorly written law, an unwise law, doesn't set out any protocol. So I don't think the members are protected from shoving people, but that's going to really be a dicey prosecution. It's going to be a difficult one.
So they weren't actually trespassing, is what you're saying, technically, based on that law.
Right. Because the law allows them to just walk in unannounced. Wow, what a law.
Yeah. And DHS did say that they were willing to show them around, but the way that they just showed up there wasn't the way to do it. They should have coordinated with DHS ahead of time. But the Democrats are saying that the DHS is now creating, Joe, this environment of intimidation. Do you agree with that, or is that a little out of touch?
The environment of intimidation was started by the Democrats when they raided Mar-a-Lago. That's when the intimidation started, and it's continued ever since. During the Garland Justice Department administration and the Biden administration, the intimidation here is by MS-13 and by Tren de Aragua. The Democrats are trying to create a narrative of them being victims. It is a foolhardy thematic. I have no idea why they think the American people are interested in them trying to assault DHS officers to get into a facility. By the way, they may have the right to access, but in my opinion, as a former U.S. attorney, I would charge every one of those Congress people with assaulting federal officers. Let it go to trial, and if the people in New Jersey want to acquit them, fine. Make them pay for lawyers.
Yeah, Vic, you know, it's interesting because over the weekend, of course, yesterday was Mother's Day, and I saw some very liberal people posting online saying, if you really want to protect mothers, shut down ICE. It seems like that's brainwashing message from Democrats. It's certainly reaching some people.
Yep.
And where was their concern with the Americans? January 6th defendants were in solitary confinement for months without a trial. Where was the Democrats' concern at that point? They were in a horrible D.C. jail awaiting trial and placed in solitary confinement. It's unheard of in my whole career as a prosecutor or defense attorney.
Joe, I mean, if this is something that the Democrats are going to lean into, you know, the deportations, we've already seen this with Kilmar Garcia. But I mean, is this the appropriate way to do this? To go and cause a bunch of chaos inside an ICE facility? Or is there another way that the Democrats could be trying to argue this point? But it almost seems like they're looking for more confrontation. They want to show confrontation. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely, John. What they want a scene. They want an incident. They want an event. But the problem is what they are causing doesn't make them look good. This looks like 1789 in Paris. I mean, they're unbelievable. They're storming the Bastille. The problem is they're acting like the criminals that are already inside the facility. This is remarkable that members of Congress would act this way. But this is the modern day Democratic Party. This is what they do. They are basically children who are over the age of 16